everyone, how's it going? It's That Nerd Ryan here, and today we're going to talk about The Great Mouse Detective. So I'm really excited to cover this film because I remember as a kid this was my favorite Disney movie, but I only ever saw it once. To explain, back in the day we had this ginormous TV stand that doubled as a cabinet and everything. The cabinet was on the bottom and it was probably about 4 or 5 feet deep, I want to say. So we would have DVDs, wow, I'm completely off there, VHSs of a bunch of stuff just lined up, and then stuff in front of it, stuff in front of it, stuff in front of it, all VHSs. So we had like the common ones that I loved, like Christmas Story, Spider-Man, Star Wars, all up front. But my parents made sure I had as many movies as possible. So, of course, Great Mouse Detective was in there. Little Critter was in there, stuff like that. But that was all the way to the back. So, one day a year, or every 6 months, my parents would clean it out, and then I would watch a movie that was in the back, and then it would go back in the back. I remember one time it was Little Critter, one time it was a really, really little kid show about a forest. I have no idea what it was. It wasn't Winnie the Pooh. But yeah, it was something like about a forest. And then Great Mouse Detective and American Tail. So as a kid, I got American Tail and Great Mouse Detective confused a lot because it both followed mice. So obviously I had a lot like mixed together going into this. Obviously American Tail is going to be like in 2 months then. We're probably going to do a Disney Princess movie next month. But yeah, this one is Great Mouse Detective. And it is basically a Sherlock Holmes story following animals. So we had Vincent Price as Ratigan, who is a rat, as the villain. And then we have the Sherlock Holmes character of Norval. It starts with an N. Let me look it up. So this is something that I watched before I got sick. So it's been a week. Let me just look it up really quick for you guys, because I don't want to misquote. We had the Dr. David Q. Dansbury, I believe it was, as the Watson character. And we had Basil as the Sherlock Holmes character. It was Basil. And then we had Olivia as the girl whose father gets abducted by Ratigan. So basically the plot is that the Mouse Queen of England is going to get attacked by Ratigan, who steals Olivia's father, who's a toy maker, to make toy soldiers and a toy version of the Queen to give all the power to Ratigan. So, Basil is on the case as he investigates how this is happening and what Ratigan is doing. We also see how evil Ratigan is, and he has a cat that eats anybody that he wants, and has a bat sidekick that is the connection between Olivia and Ratigan. So they investigate, they meet the bat at a toy factory and freak out seeing everything going on. Olivia gets taken, and Basil goes after to save Olivia, only for them to get captured and put in a Batman-esque death trap, which they barely get out of, as Ratigan abducts the Queen and tries to gain all the power in England. This is rat population. Mouse population. In that, Basil takes over the toy queen and humiliates Ratigan, only for them to fight, and they go on a clock tower and everything. fight on there. They make impromptu air balloons, and they both fall to their death, but Basil survives. They solve the case, become famous, and work together from now on. So yeah, it's a fun Sherlock Holmes story, and it makes sense why I loved it so much as a kid, because I love those types of stories nowadays. So of course I would continue loving it. Speaking of, stay tuned for tomorrow's video game review, because we are going to talk about a modern Sherlock Holmes. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and give this movie a 9 out of 10. I found it very fun, very enjoyable. Some of the jokes were very good, and the action was amazing for a movie made in 1987. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's That Nerd Ryan.